In today's Passport Series video, we are visiting the Brothers of St. Ignace Lodge number 369 in St. Ignace, Michigan. With a population of approximately 2,500 people, St. Ignace is the county seat of Mackinac County and is located on the southern tip of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, referred to as the UP by natives of the state, at the north end of the famed Mackinac Bridge.
St. Ignace 369. We were standing just outside their lodge room, but before we go in there, we want to take a look at this really neat artifact.
We had this single letter handwritten key. The earliest date we found in this key is 1890, and it looks like it may have been presented to William Ogle. We think this came from Mackinac Island, from the lodge in Mackinac Island.
Wow.
Well, that's the story behind it. Now, of course, to verify that would take some digging by a museum curator.
Thanks.
Well, William Levesque donated this gavel to have a little friendly competition to see if he could get some lodges to do more traveling and do more visiting. And if 3 members of a different lodge now travel to the Sioux, they will receive this gavel and be able to take it to their home lodge.
St. Ignace was founded in 1671 by Father Marquette, which makes it the second oldest community settled by Europeans in Michigan. But its importance can be found much earlier than that, as native people have been living in the area of the Straits and using it for religious and trade purposes for thousands of years. Today, travelers visit it as the gateway to the Upper Peninsula, or as a destination hub for touring the many sites available near the Straits of Mackinac, not to mention the fantastic shopping and restaurant opportunities you can find within the city of St. Ignace itself. Though there was an earlier chartered lodge in Mackinac County around 1855, it was short-lived. While St. Ignace 369 received its charter under the Grand Lodge of Michigan on January 29, 1885, and has been going strong ever since.
Of course, this is a tourist town with the island and everything, but we also have the Quamnon Falls, the Sioux Locks, the Big Springs in Manistee, and there's a lot of other things that most people don't know. There's a lot of caves and waterfalls and stuff in the area that, I mean, you just got to walk around and see some of that stuff. It's kind of woodsy, but there's stuff to do here.
When are your regulars in case somebody's passing through St. Ignace and wants to visit?
We're the third Wednesday at 7:30. We have a Warden's Club dinner potluck at 6:30 before our regulars.
We have a small hunting camp in Moran Township.
Really? You guys have a hunting camp up here in the UP? That's so weird.
Absolutely, and they said I couldn't come anymore unless I was a Mason. I do visit a lot of other lodges, and this particular lodge, I think it has the most reoccurring population for meetings. We usually have 12 to 15 guys on the sidelines.
And that's incredible for a lodge that has about 50 people.
If the Upper Peninsula were a separate state, the state food would be the pasty, and to visit the UP without trying one is almost equivalent to culinary heresy.
And I'm getting the idea that you are the pasty king of St. Ignace 369. I don't know if I'm giving you that title, so you don't.
I inherited it. But a pasty is a combination of beef, carrots, potato, onion, and a little bit of rutabaga blended together and wrapped in a pie crust. Originated in Wales, came to the copper country, the west end of the UP, with the miners. The miners carried them in their lunch. That was their lunch.
You guys are planning to sell pasties at a car show, St. Ignace Antique Car Show?
The parade, the car show parade, is Friday night, and they have the floats and a lot of the old cars.
Does that come right down
But
in front of the lodge?
It goes right through town. And so we set up down in front of the lodge and sell pasties and pop and water and stuff on Friday night, and then all day Saturday we do the same thing. It's quite a fundraiser for us.
It is a hearty food for a hearty folk, and the Brothers of St. Ignace know its worth. But be warned, Youpers categorize people by how they answer a specific question regarding the only acceptable additions to this favored dish, so choose wisely.
Ketchup or gravy?
A lot of people like ketchup, a lot of people like gravy. But I prefer mushrooms in my gravy if I'm having it that way too. It just jazzes it up a little bit. But no, pasties is a big thing for us in St. Ignace Lodge, and due to the fact any money we raise in our fundraisers all goes to charity because we've owned our building for some time. So our building supports us, and our charities, events supports the communities and Masonic endeavors.
Sounds great. Thank you,
Yep.
John. Thanks
Thank
for talking
you.
with us.
Sure was interesting to have the library come up and tell us a little bit about the history of Masonry in Michigan, which we hope in the Sioux to have you come back.